Hello, and welcome to the Jacksonville Jaguars Insider Podcast. My name is John Shipley. I am your host and beat reporter, and I've been your beat reporter covering the Jacksonville Jaguars every single day for On SI since August 2019, and we're continuing to march through another offseason together. As always, Jaguars On SI is your best stop for all of your comprehensive news and analysis of the Jacksonville Jaguars. We deliver you the best coverage you will find anywhere, whether it be locally or even nationally. You can find us on social media, such as Facebook and Twitter, at Jaguars on SI, and you can find us at www.si.com/NFL/Jaguars. Hello, everybody. My name is John Shipley, and in today's episode of the Jacksonville Jaguars Insider Podcast, we are going to talk about Liam Coen's comments about Trevor Lawrence during the annual owners meetings. He did an interview with SiriusXM where he talked about a couple of different things with Trevor. One that I thought was the most important was what he said about how they're going to support Trevor. But he also talked about the very first thing, really, that they're going to work on to help improve him on the field. Speaking to SiriusXM, Coen said, quote, "We're diving into his footwork. Everything with the quarterback position, so much is built on the lower half and the mind. And those are the things that we can truly control because the stroke is the stroke for us. That's how we look at it. The stroke is the stroke, and we're not touching that. So really, we're diving into his footwork, some of the mechanics." Now, it's clear that this is something that's, kind of been an up and down thing through Lawrence's career. I've said before on the show, and I've said in my writing, that obviously Trevor had a great college career full of, accolades and the experiences, etc. But Clemson did not set him up to play NFL quarterback. Right down to the very root of his mechanics, his footwork, to, even stuff like taking snaps from under center, really who he is at the core of himself as a quarterback. Clemson was not an offense or a program that did much to prepare him for what it's like being an NFL quarterback. And that's something that, even Urban Meyer, for all of his faults and the many things he said that he should have just kept in his head, even he, made points at different times. I think it was when he was asked about quarterback sneaks for the first time, saying that, Trevor, this is stuff that he's never done because of the offense that he was in at Clemson. It's a very real thing with Trevor. Now, I don't take it as him saying, yeah, we need to completely overhaul this fifth-year veteran's footwork. He has no idea what he's doing. He's working from zero base, etc. I don't take it as that at all. I think that obviously it's a sure area of improvement for Trevor year in and year out. But I think he's also saying that they want to get the footwork taught the way they do it. It's a completely new offensive ecosystem for Trevor, completely new coaching style. The past regime was similar in a sense about how, the head coach, offense coordinator, there was a passing game coordinator for 2 to 3 seasons. Obviously, an experienced quarterbacks coach where there was a hyper focus on the quarterback position. And there's, again, a hyper focus on the quarterback position now with this regime. So, obviously, they're going to want things done specifically, their way, as opposed to how Trevor's done it, throughout his career. And then what I thought was the most interesting answer from Coen was what he said about how he thinks they can help Trevor Lawrence, just supporting him, what they can do for him outside of, okay, individually helping him get better. I've talked about this before. This is a big reason why I thought Coen was one of the 2 best options for the Jaguars to hire entering this entire search. When I did the rankings, Ben Johnson was 1, Liam Coen was 2. I've long believed Liam Coen is a good solution for Trevor Lawrence because he makes things easy on the quarterback, whether it's scheme, play calling, presenting them easy buttons, easy way to get completions and pick up yards. Coen has proven that he can help his quarterbacks produce simply by being who he is as an offensive mind. What he said about Trevor was, obviously, once we get into the building, some of the football aspects, the formations, the motions, the shifts, but for us to help him truly, also from a schematic standpoint, man, we've got to be able to run the football a little better. Give him some help from that standpoint, take a little pressure off, while also playing some good, sound, fundamental, hard defense on the other side of the ball. To be able to help to ultimately get the best out of our quarterback, we got to be able to help. And that's the number one thing to me that they have to be focused on when it comes to getting the most out of Trevor Lawrence. There's just been too many instances the last couple seasons where, when it gets down to it on game day, it's on Trevor Lawrence to make things go. And not much of a support from a running game. Sometimes even in the passing game, from schematics to protection to maybe weapons during certain games. And certainly last year, the defense, did not help very often either. I think Coen understands that, his role in helping improve Trevor isn't necessarily by turning Trevor into throw the ball 55 times a game and completely put the offense on your shoulders. Obviously, Trevor Lawrence is their franchise quarterback. He's their guy. They're going to need him to win some games on his own. But on the whole, there's definitely things they can do better to help Trevor a better quarterback. Running the ball is by far the biggest one, and that's something they've emphasized this offseason. And we're going to find out real soon just how much they can make it a reality. Thank you guys for listening to today's episode of the Jacksonville Jaguars Insider Podcast. I'll be back next time.